Hello. So today we are talking about the division again, divide between people. Like I already talked about it in the previous video or previous, naming it Polarization. And I actually recorded one video before that, and I choose to record it again because I found out some new things that I didn't mention in the first video. So I was talking about the division between people's opinions. Now, I saw this a lot when I have conversations in social media, and I've seen like either people, they are completely opposite. By the way, I'll be talking about the opinion about, for instance, what is going on in the world and this corona, just if it's not clear, since this seems to be the most talked about topic in the last month. So anyway, the division, when people are completely dismissing that what's going on in the world goes into domain with which somebody would say conspiracy. I call it practice, but okay, you can say conspiracy theory. So there are some people that are just fed up, like by other people watching too many videos. It's like, oh, there's some big conspiracy going on. Oh, it's going on, and it's very uncomfortable for these people that they feel uncomfortable of going down that rabbit hole, because people then can go too far and become almost like paranoid and like cult-like. And then on the other side, there are people who are actually doing this research and do go too far. And there are also people who I would like to count myself into it, who don't go too far, or maybe I do, you can be the judge, I know by myself, where approximately I am, but nevertheless, what I wanted to say is that I found divisions even between people that do agree on the main idea, of what is happening. And first I want to say this, there's many different ways how you can agree about the same idea as well. I mean, we don't have to, we can't actually be all the same. There are always going to be differences. And also people are different, we are the same, but we are also different. So different people play different parts, even in the same vision, So, you can, some people are fighters, they're going to go and fight. Some people are thinkers, they're going to think. Some people will inspire, they will inspire. Some people are like manual workers, some people are like more creative, and so on, So there are a lot of different views, And in between this domain, when people agree on a certain idea, I really feel like it's necessary to raise the awareness and see that you have a certain part, and that we can still agree on the same idea and just approach it differently, I know, for instance, some people have belief that you don't bother with people that don't believe in what you believe. Okay, that's one way to do it. I for instance, I have a belief, that everybody deserves a chance, and even if people believe differently, they might be open to your idea. And even if you don't get them completely on board, we can still have a connection, like a human interaction. And by holding our different beliefs and ideas, and we can still come together, which is kind of the whole purpose, to come together, become more inclusive, So I really want to stress this, that this should be the main point. When people come together and include each other, see each other, even when there are differences of opinion and beliefs. Now, what I mentioned earlier, so I mentioned this within a group that kind of shares the same idea, and let's say, I'm dividing myself, but you get the point, And then there's this group where, for instance, doesn't hold this idea, as they have opposite opinion, So I addressed this in previous video in some other way, you know, in the sense of that we should still feel each other humanness and what connects us as opposed to just what divides us. And you know, that was, you know, okay. But now when I went outside, and you know, sometimes I would just like to, I don't know, I just like to lay on the ground, on the lawn, and just stare at the sky, you know. Maybe sometimes there's some tree there, you know, just some birds and something, you know, and it really relaxes me, you know. And I suddenly noticed what was happening, you know. I have to remind myself, because me as well, like I've been stimulating my mind so much lately, you know, that this divide happens here. And when I say here, I say like the mind. And I don't know, I'll talk about this some other video, you know, but just quickly, this is the thinking mind that I'm you know, trying to, you know, communicate to you, you know. And it's certainly what people will consider main intelligence, you know, main area where we feel like we have intelligence. But there are also other intelligences in our system, you know. And you know, the people like to say, like, you know, heart, you know, kind of like, if you will, emotional intelligence. You know, the heart has also you know, very connective intelligence beyond emotions. And then also the body intelligence. Body has its own intelligence, you know. So when you look at divisions between people, they happen here. And minds, you know, I kind of look at it like it's like on the tree, you know. If you have a trunk of the tree, and then you have branches, and then they go tiny little branches, you know, like fractals, you know. And with the mind, we are trying to reach as far as possible, you know, until you fall, or realize that you are still part of the tree. You know what I'm talking about? These little branches, and it's becoming very wobbly and unstable, and you are, you know, like way out there, reaching out too much, you know. And I feel like then you forget that you are part of the tree, and you have a trunk, and you are connected. All these branches, they are connected, you know. Which I feel like it's a good analogy to show this division between people that happens in the mind. And the connection, sometimes we can agree on this level, on the mind level, you know, and that's fine. But the deeper connection happens within other intelligences, you know. So you have to go into empathy, into the heart, to feel the connection between the mind stimulation, you know. And when you ground yourself in your body, you can, you know, can relax, and you'll actually feel that, you know, kind of coming out of the mind, if you allow it, you know. And you will see it's easier to get the connection there, because then it means that even if you disagree with the mind, you still recognize each other and understand each other and connect with each other from other part, you know. So people that are more aware, and they're aware of all these intelligences, and they can be grounded, they can achieve that easier, you know. And I will talk about this like next time, if you're not familiar with these different intelligences, but to show this point and how to bridge the division between people, that's certainly the framework how to do it. So anyway, I hope I wasn't too long, and I hope I communicate my point across. And yeah, that's it for now. So make yourself a great day. Take care.